Hey, what's up everyone? Today in this video, I'm going to share with you the tips and what should be the ideal way to optimize your React application. It can be React.js or React Native, whatever you're using. So yeah, let's get started. So over here, I have created a basic React.js application for you guys. What is having in it? Yeah. So first, I will be navigating you through this application. What I'm doing over here. So this is our parent component, the app, and inside that we are having first child and second child. This is the components that I've created for you to understand what are the concept that I want you to understand. And this is the first child over here. So the first child is nothing. It is having a value in it, which is showing the value of the count. Over here you can see this is the count. Okay, the count value, and we are having a button like increase. So if we click on this, then this value will be increased. Over there we are having a second component doing the same thing. We are just having a value over here. Okay, and yeah, you can see over here this is not a dynamic value, this is a static value. That's right, it is a static value 5. It will not change with the increment of this. So you can see the props what I am passing over here. This is state that I'm maintaining over here. So this is count and state. So the count is initially 0 and the state updates with this function update value with 5. Okay. So I hope you have got the understanding of what this function is doing and how this application is working. So I will create it and I will show you what happens when we first load this application. Over here you can see like the application loads our first component and the second component, and this is the console.log that we are giving every time a component is rendered. So you can see at the first we are having this 4 logs when our component is being rendered. I will clear it for now and make it like this. Yeah, if we increase it, the value of it increases and this count function value increases because of that function. So, but we have seen like ideally what should be there, like if the value of this first child is increasing, then only, or the value of this first child is changing, then only this first child should be re-rendered. But what is happening with React and what happens with React, it completely re-renders this complete UI whenever the props or the values of the props are changing. So this is an issue over here. Yeah, either the value for this count or the props value for this second child is not changing. Then also we are seeing that this is rendering the second component again, which is an issue for here. That is the reason why our application slows down. Suppose you are having a large project, having large of components in it. What will happen? A value for just a small text will change, that the complete screen will be re-rendered. That makes our application slow. So what is the solution for this? Now we will talk on that. So what we can do is we can create a memorized copy of this and tell React like this is a memory copy, and then unless and until this props are not changing, you don't have to take care of re-rendering it. So how we can do it? It's very simple. We will just wrap it into memo and import it from React. So this is a memo, and we will do the similar thing over here. Every component should be wrapped into memo. Then it will create a memo copy of it. And now what will happen? Suppose the value of this function will change, sorry, the value of this component will change, then only this component will be re-rendered, not this component, because this will hold its memorized copy of it, and it will not re-render until and unless the props are being changed. And if vice versa is true, if this props are changed, this will not re-render. So let's test it. Here we see there are 4 logs initially. I will clear it, and when I increase this, the first component only re-renders, not our second component here. So this is like a magical thing. Like we are stopping it from being re-rendered. Yeah. So yeah, but there is a catch over here. Uh, any component can bypass it. Like you can see, if I comment this and comment this out, I am passing this update value function in the props, although we are not using it over, but it is in the props, so React will compare it. every time it's render or re-render. So I will reload it. Initially we are having 4 console logs. I will clear it for now and we increase this thing. Yeah, yes, you can see again we are in trouble. Like our component is again re-rendering all the components. So what is happening over here? You will have to understand the basic point over basic principle or the basic logic. What concept React follows is it compares the values not by values, it compares by reference. So what happens if we have passed the same function this update value? You may think that update value is the same thing it was in previous render and the count is the same thing. Why this is the second component is re-rendering? You are right to your point, but there is a concept like React or the components values are not checked either they are same or not by value. They are checked referentially. So in first render it might be at some place and in second render it might be in other memory location. By reference, if you will check it, it will be it so that it is not the same thing. That's why this is happening. So what? How can we yeah, now optimize it further. Like this is also an issue. So we will use callback for this. We will wrap it in the use callback and provide it a array of values that will be this function dependent on. Like whenever if these values are changed, then if these values are changed, then our function will update itself, or you need to re-render it. We will tell React that. So we don't read it because it's just a set count function that is same. It will be same. It doesn't depend on anything. So what this use callback will do now, after every render of this app function or this component, it will not create a new copy of this thing, and that will prevent us from that the same value we are passing in the update value, and that will prevent us from re-rendering the second child. Now we can test it. Yeah, so this is the 4 console logs that we get initially. Now I will remove it and increase. You can see like we are again successfully managing to stop re-rendering issue. So yeah, this is the thing we have to take care of. Like we should first create a memory copy of every component having expensive business logics and those things. And secondly, we should use the callback functions because the function does not make its copies again and again, and then it is not a copy exactly. It is going it at some other memory location, and when they are comparing it referentially, then it is going like this has been changed, and that's why this function this memo was here. Notice that like it for props are changed because the reference has been changed, and then it's re-rendered. But now we can, as we are using use callback, it is not changing its reference, and it is the same function it was earlier. Yeah, that's it from this video. I hope you have liked or have learned some new thing. If you are, then just make like this video and subscribe to my channel. Bye bye.